Well, welcome again to the 5-Star Podcast with true light blue legends Ian Durrant and Barry Ferguson, as always in conjunction with stealth competitions. Great to have your company. So much to get through today as we look ahead to a huge Old Firm game. We'll have a tilt of the rear view mirror and look back to what happened at Livingston. I'm still perplexed, my gassed as well and truly flabbered, why there is no decision. 2-2 draw, our away form not good enough. We'll touch on that shortly. We have to be picking up 3 points. But bottom line, Ian, were we denied a genuine goal-scoring opportunity? I can't see how it can be wrapped up in any other way.
Oh, the decision, as you say, is baffling. I just can't believe it. Now you can clearly see what now the tackle, and he's clearly took Mikey M out. There's no doubt about it. And it took 4 minutes to come to a conclusion. There was nothing to talk about. And we never even got a free kick. There was nothing, none at all. And it was baffling. But over the piece, Tom, did we do enough to justify getting the win? I thought we started very slowly, and then obviously losing. What a finish it was for the boy! But it's a cross we should be defending. Then he's saying another bad defensive error in terms of the clearance, and then he picks a pass. And then before you know it, you're chasing your tail. And then when Berjami came on, I thought he sort of changed the game and gives a bit more impetus up the park, and we get the 2 goals back. But sad, because these are the games we need to be winning. Now the last 3 games, or 3 away games, have been disappointing in terms of points. We've not lost that game, but in terms of points picking up, it should be a lot better.
Yeah. We don't want to talk too long about referees, Barry, but it is bemusing that there was no decision. It had to be one or the other, not a no decision at all.
See, the way I look at it, it's irrelevant if it's inside or outside the box. What I can't get my head round is the referee doesn't think that's a foul on Mikey M. It's clear as day. And it's mind-blowing, some of the decisions I've seen over the weekend in terms of referees. But I agree with Durrant, we just didn't start quick enough. We started to play when we went 2-0 down. I know they get the man sent off, but I try and take the positives. We showed a bit of character to come back for 2-0 down. Now, if this was 3 or 4 months ago, I don't think that would have happened. The result at Celtic Park went for us. The winners over the weekend were Hearts.
Undoubtedly.
They would have been delighted with the 2 results. But listen, we're still in this title fight. There's no doubt about it. But the away form will be a slight concern. Last 3 away games, 3 points. Yep, we've not lost the games, but we need to be winning the sort of games. But in terms of the decision towards the end, I just can't get my head around it.
Yeah, so many refereeing decisions in Scottish football this season, not just isolated to Rangers, have been quite bonkers. But alarmingly, we were passive on Sunday at Livingston. We lacked tempo, we lacked urgency, we lacked personality. And again, I come back to when we drew with Motherwell, was one eye on the big prize against Hearts. Was something similar evident at Livingston? Did we underestimate them, thinking next one up is Celtic? Why?
You can't think like that. You may
psychologically.
You can't, Tom. It's impossible, and I'm sure Durrant will agree. You've got to face what's in front of you first and foremost. You can't be thinking ahead. Like you're talking about a Motherwell game, we had Hearts coming up. No, if you think like that, then you're going to be in trouble, man.
They have unravelling.
Yeah, so you've got to just focus on what's in front of you. And that in front of us was a Livingston team who, listen, they're fighting for their lives. I thought they were well set up. I've got to be honest. Marvin Bartley's done well since he's come in there, but in all honesty, with the quality we've got, we should be going there and getting the 3 points. That's me not being disrespectful to Livingston. I agree with you. I thought we're a bit pedestrian, we're a bit slow. We kept the ball, but when you're playing against a team who are set up 5-4-1 to sit behind, you've got to move them about. You've got to move the ball quickly. And we started to do that in the second half, certainly when we went 2 goals down, but it was too late. It was too late. If we'd done that at the start of the game, I'm convinced we'd have got 3 points.
Amy, what creativity in the squad. They just seem to be cautious about expressing themselves on that pitch.
Yeah, just we created chances. Now that another worrying thing is I thought their keeper had some great saves. And the thing is, but when you're in these games and you're having to fight, and as it's a dog fight, as Barry said now, Livingston fighting for their life, so you know what you're going to get off them. They're a big physical team. They work well. They keep their shape. But Barry's spot on. We never moved them quick enough. It was pass or bang across. See, when you're going for this now, what you call the later echelons now, the squeaky bum type.
Yeah.
You've got to start there. We started then we never got there until obviously the man gets sent off. These are the games you need to start in Barrow Town. You need to come out the traps, and that's where you come out and you give Livingston the utmost respect. But Livingston played into the game, and we all know they're set pieces. They're dangerous, and we fell for it again. And then we go 2 down, and you watch the game, and you're still 12-15 minutes to go, and you're going to come on in. When's the wee trigger going to go? And then the trigger goes, and then we start thinking. And I said now for what we called it maybe a half decision, we might have come out there with 3 points when we really didn't deserve 3 points.
That's probably fair. Just for the record, the referee, it was only his 12th Premiership game at the top flight in Scotland, one of which was at the end of last season in a dead rubber game for Hearts. I think, personal opinion, he was caught in no man's land about making a decision, went to VAR to make that decision for him. Hence, we got no decision whatsoever. That's on me, my personal opinion.
Tom, I don't care if it's your 12th game or 1200th game. You've got to get a decision like that, right? And if you don't see if that's a foul, well, I'm worried. That worries me.
Fair point. So,
no, nothing against the TV, but you'd have probably got. It was just the one view we got.
right.
If you see there now the side on view, there's no contact with the ball at all, and you're running out as VAR with the decision are coming up, and decision I hate saying it and touch wood it doesn't, but these could be now game changing decisions.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose the league by a point, now I'm not having a wee chuckle, but that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. We are going into potentially 2 games which will define the season. We do need strong officiating. Of that is absolutely essential. John Beaton has been given the gig for the first match, the league match at Ibrox. On Sunday, on VAR duty are Kevin Clancy and Stephen McLean. I think that's as good as we've got, Barry.
Yeah, and I just hope they're strong. Because it's, as you mentioned there, it's a huge game. The 2 games we've got coming up, but first and foremost, the game on Sunday, you just want a strong referee. We know what it's going to be like. It's going to be blood and thunder in Sunday. I think Rangers, I believe, will go for it, and I think Celtic understand that they need to come and get a result. So what I'm hopeful for is there's no silly decisions, VAR doesn't get involved, and the referee is very strong on field.
Let's hope we're not talking about the referee.
Yeah, hopefully. It's a game everybody wants to play in, a game everybody wants to watch. Sky will be packed again, Ibrox will be bouncing. These are the games, and Barrow Town, these are the best games in the world. The next game after it, before now going abroad, now they're going to have a lot of fans back in the stadium, which will create another great atmosphere, but it's just a game you want to play in. It's a game you need to stand up. We need to stand up now. I think we've had now the 3 away games there. A lot of mistakes have been made in terms of now we talk about the points, and we'll get 2 back-to-back Old Firm games, and they could set your whole season up in terms of where we want to be and what we're going to do.
I'm going to put both of you on the spot shortly to give me your starting loving information for the first league game coming up against Celtic momentarily. But this week it's been confirmed that Celtic will get the whole Brimnon Road stand when we go head to head in the cup tie the following Sunday, which is quite a dramatic change from the numbers that will be in green and white at Ibrox in the league match. What differences do you think, Barry, how will that affect the atmosphere? 7,500 in the cup tie, 2,000 only perhaps on league business.
I'll be honest with you, I like it the way the cup game's going to be. 7,500. Understand you want all your own fans in, but that creates the game, that creates the atmosphere for me. Both sets of fans. I know there'll be, 2,500 for a league game.
That's it,
They'll still make a bit of noise, but listen, it's a brilliant occasion. The noise will be deafening on Sunday. I'm not playing in it. I'll be there, same as Durrant, but I'm no sleeping because I'm desperate. I'm desperate to be there and sample the atmosphere because you can't beat it. It's just an amazing game to be involved in, and we know what's at stake for us. We're at home. We're very good at home. We're very strong. The last game we had at home, Hearts, I thought the atmosphere was absolutely electric, and it'll be simple. It'll be better in Sunday. And in terms of the fans, how much they've got coming, it doesn't matter. It matters what we do on the pitch. We'll still make plenty of noise, our fans. They'll get right behind the boys. And the most important thing is we make sure we get the 3 points.
Ian's, from today's perspective, whether it's 7,500 or 2,500, we need characters in blue shirts on these fixtures. Can you actually hear a shout from a teammate in that environment?
You can, because Aye, when you're close up to them, it's say if you're 20 years away and the game's gone now, helter skelter, now you can't hear a thing because now obviously the atmosphere created. The first 5 minutes, it's bedlam because now obviously you're trying to now put your stamp of authority in the game, and the game just for 5-10 minutes, and then Barry will tell you sometimes you don't remember the old firm game.
It bypasses you, yes.
Now you get trigger points. You start to remember all about that. You actually remember the defeats more than the wins.
Because they hurt.
Because they don't come in that often, you know what I mean? So, being a bit blasé now, but that's you remember those things. But see, as soon as you come out that tunnel and you're hit with that noise, it's absolutely frightening, and it's one you want to be part of. Now, as I say, he's put on. Me and him will be kicking everything. Honestly, we hang up. We'll need to get wicket pads on, and it's just even though you're not involved, it's a game. If you could turn back, you want one more crack at football. You want to play that old one.
Yeah, interestingly, you've also both been on the technical areas in Old Firm matches. How different was that? You mentioned kicking every ball. I guess you did that from your coaching roles. But, how different is it to actually playing? Do you want to be on the field rather than the sidelines?
Yeah, you want to be on the field because you can affect on the field. When you're at the touchline, Durrant is right, it's difficult to get your message across because how noisy it is.
Often you sound,
And I think some of the players actually enjoyed that, so they didn't need to listen to me. I would put it I was like, no, definitely, I would rather be on the field and try and affect the play. But it's interesting, it's amazing being on the pitch, but it's totally different when you're at the sidelines and you're trying to affect it in a different way. You're then putting your trust in the players that are on the pitch, and hopefully they carry out your instructions. But it's an amazing game. People ask you what it's like to be involved. You actually need to sample it yourself. It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to exactly tell people what it's like. You need to just be there yourself. But I would definitely prefer to be on the pitch because, as I said, you can try and affect it in some way.
I'm sure the same thing you.
Oh, it's spot on. And I remember now, it's funny we're talking about now, I used to sit next to the gaffer on the stand, and it just coincides his birthday today. And I remember one time we're having a bit of a nightmare in the game, and he sort of lapped me in the back of the head to try and get the information down to the tunnel. And it's just chaotic now. Obviously the gaffer picked the phone up and rang the wrong number, and the next minute it was chaos, so I'm having to run down to get instructions to call his team coach. But it's a game. And it used to be interesting to sit next to the gaffer because he was sitting there and you see him now and you're trying to be careful. But when you're down in the technical, as Barry will tell you, you need to break the game so you can try and get your information. I've done it before as well. I remember Archie Knox shouting at me, right, but I goes, oh no, he's going to give me an earful, right? So I'm like, oh, can't hear me, I mean. And but it's a game, but it takes its toll on you. But see, after you win now, there's a huge relief.
Our thoughts, of course.
When you're on the side of the pitch, I'm also a supporter as well, so I need to keep saying to myself, because when it starts to get and all that sort of stuff, I
find I have been doing it on my cell phone occasionally when going to.
I could feel myself, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Find it to be a champ on the sideline.
That's why we got the best in the business. The forming these as players. You legends with us today, as ever in the 5 Stars podcast. And Walter Smith, what a great loss. He would have celebrated a birthday today. Our thoughts with Walter's family and friends, of course, as Ian touched on there. So you touched on the in-game environment, how demanding it is. Crunching into tackles, passing and running high. What's it like the week before the game? This is Tuesday, we're recording at regular 5 Stars podcast. The game's still 5 days away. For both of you guys, what was it like leading up to the match? Could you sleep? What was the demand for tickets like? Could you anything else as a thought process? Or was everything focused on that first whistle when match day came round?
Well, I'll take you into my wee world. I thought about supporters coming to the game. I thought about people that couldn't make the game watching it in pubs and their houses, and I wanted to give them the bragging rights and going into work on the Monday, whether the game was on the Saturday or Sunday, going into the work, making sure that they went in with a spring in their step. That's the way I thought. First and foremost, I wanted to do well for myself and the team, make sure they won the game, but My thoughts were like the people that are coming to support you, you want to send them home happy. In terms of sleep, nah, it got worse as the week went on. Just thinking about how I'm going to approach it, what I'm going to do, what we want to do as a team. I'd never get much sleep. If you're talking about the days Tuesday and the game Sunday, my sleep would start to deteriorate a wee bit for the now. I would just be thinking non-stop because it was all about winning.
Nothing else you mean?
No, I had the blinkers on. I was just totally focused. And I would make sure all the boys are focused as well, because there's no bigger game and you want to go and beat your fiercest rivals. And at the end of the day, I always treat it, I'm going into war here.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing.
People in the trenches
Yeah.
with me. And I used
The same mindset.
but I had so many good teammates that I could look to the side of me and think, well, I'm happy in doing it.
Yes.
He's here to fight the fight.
Can you switch on for you? I mean, phone calls, texts, demand for tickets.
Well, tickets is a nightmare, obviously, because Celtic used to have the support there, but I was actually okay with it. Now, there is the Barry of Tether, there's an edge to your training prior to the Old Firm game. The training's now high tempo. Sometimes when we were in the tunnel, we knew we'd win the game with some of the Barry said the character of. We knew we'd win the game in the tunnel.
Just looking into the eyes of it.
Just we knew. Now when you look about and you see now your lineup, you're going, we've got a chance here. And but everything, Barry's spot on. You feel as though you don't want to let anybody down. Now your family, your friends, you feel as it's the worst feeling in the world. When you're on the end of defeat, because you feel as though you've let everybody down, and it's hard to take. But it's not now in recent years. The good thing, if you lose a game, then it's next week you're playing them again, so you get a chance to rectify it. But if you go double header and you win these 2 games, so this is good. This is setting up for now a blockbuster. But the whole build up, the managers and the coaches play a big part in it in terms of now, because they've got to now keep it under wraps. But now you can see there's an edge to the game. Now the training, the tempo's up, and everybody, you're not obviously not wanting to get injured before the game, so you're wary of things. Now we used to put loud up in cold storage in case somebody injured them. So we just even to train prior to Old Firm games, and but it's special, and more special when you beat them. In fact,
yeah. Just give the insight to the dressing room an hour before kick-off in the Old Firm game.
There's all different characters, Tom. There's guys that are loud. There's guys that are quiet. There's guys that are nervous. In terms of me, I was up and down like a yo-yo. I had the
Nervous energy?
if I never felt nervous before, not just a Celtic game, but any game, I wasn't going to perform. I need that energy. I needed that pressure as well to be put on me to go and perform and make sure I led the team and I drove the team. And that's what I think get the best out of myself. So, you had the quiet ones, you had the noisy ones, but you had ones that you would have to go and put your arm on and making sure, listen, you'll be all right out here, because the demands and the pressures.
Everything's different, of course.
But there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, and the fans come and they demand that you be Celtic. It's plain and simple. And Rangers have got a brilliant opportunity on Sunday with the fans coming and their numbers. And I used to like sitting in the dressing room. I used to leave the windows open. I'm sure you were the same, Tim. You could hear them all running, shooting a few stuff through the.
So I help wind you up.
You listen. These guys are up for it. Up for it. We can't let them down. That's the thing that worried me the most, was letting the fans down.
Was there a quiet man in the dressing room yet? Like a Sissapa pitch, perhaps. And as soon as the game started, he bossed it.
He was probably up there with the calmest guy that I've ever came across.
just horizontal.
Just never moved, just sat and.
Sweet coffee, remember?
You get nothing for Sasha. But you knew when that whistle went that he would perform on the big stage.
Terrific. At the other end of that spectrum, you and your big pal Bomber.
Bomber was ready at 1 o'clock. Bomber in the morning. Bomber was always an early Old Firm game. Bomber gone about 11 o'clock. So we used to get your 3 hours before the game for your pre-match. Bomber been there at 11, and he'd be upstairs. He'd have his kit on. Now, shin girls tape, but that was his routine. You'd have, like Cooper Loud up very quiet, Coisty, still get his shirt and tie on at 2:30, half an hour before the game, still sorting tickets out. And Archie's going, right, come on, Coisty. You see Archie's got a wee bit In 2 minutes, I just thought, you just sitting there doing his tickets. Then he obviously he'd done the warm-ups. Then other people, I would give out. Wasn't nervous, but I'd give out and crack jokes and all that. Then he'd big golfy day, and he'd be next door doing yoga or something like that. He'd on a stretcher and that. Just a total mixed batch. And then Ray Wilkins, he would just sit there with his wee summit one, having his wee cup of coffee. Now, Coop, Racing Post. Aye, Coop was reading the Racing Post. And
Like came in.
aye.
And the chemistry all came together.
Then they come in and Barry will tell you, it was only bullet points in all firm.
Aye.
Just now, you see if you go into a big spiel about the gaff and
So
that.
basically, team talk wasn't necessary.
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if Durrant had the same. I never had a manager that came in and spoke for 5 or 10 minutes. Durrant's spot on. Some bullet points. Yous understand. Yous have to understand what this is all about and what it means to so many people. And then it was up to the players to make sure that happened on the pitch. Honestly, I never. You asked me the question before, and I can't remember any manager sitting down and spending a lot of time with us.
Do you think part of that is because the managers realised you guys were on edge, it didn't need any more from them?
Yeah, but the lead up to the game, now we used to have a couple of meetings and about a turn, 5, 10 10-minute meetings. Now this is right, Celtic strengths, right? We know what we have to do, but it's not what Celtic do. But Walter and Archie and Graham Souness, when I was there, it's not what the other opposition do. It's what we do, and everything was the focus was on us. If you don't do your job, you let yourself down. You let yourself down. You let the family down. You let family down. You let the fans down. So you quickly knew what you're into, and then we go into the game. And as I said, now you go in and you knew your job. Now you knew what you had to do. Start the game in the front foot. Don't get caught up. If you get caught up, I get caught up a few times now. Now you're upbringing that. Now and the game just bypasses you.
Yeah.
You're a man down, but fortunate enough you can sort of.
You're a man down, not necessarily by numbers,
No.
mentally.
I mean, no, you're
Caught in it.
you're not playing with what your ability, but you go up against somebody maybe try and stop them playing, and then you try now. Sometimes I was fighting my way into try to get into a game, and now you're sometimes the game, then you look back a few years later, and you're going, oh, yeah, I was shit.
He's spot on. Do you know what? See, my first 4 or 5 Old Firm games, I played as a supporter on the pitch,
Right.
and then I had to say to myself, listen, this is your strength. It's got a job to do. You know what I mean? I'm going out and I'm trying to like jump into crazy tackles or start a fight on the pitch, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm nearly play football, aren't I? So that was for a young age. Then I had to really sit down and really focus and think, right, I need to change my ways here because I'm not getting into the first 4 or 5 games bypassed me.
Maybe you guys, I'm fired up for Sunday already, just having a chat along with you.
Only because, and after the game, you know you've had not the best of games, but your family talk.
I know.
I was now.
We're hiding place.
No, go into the house or go into the car. They start nodding their head. You go, oh.
I remember my first Old Firm game, second Old Firm game. I can't remember what it was, and I walked in my dad's lap. What was that all about? I'm thinking, what? It's like, enough. You just run a bit like a headless chicken. And then it stuck with me. I'm thinking, he's right there. He was right. He was spot on. And then the manager would say, the coaches would say, and then when you actually sit down and analyse it, you're thinking, they're spot on there, man. I need to kind of change my ways here.
You're actually scared to watch the game back, because in case you go, fucking hell, what's going on there? What am I doing?
It's bonkers.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden the wee round ball turns into a Rubik's Cube and you're falling out of it. And you're like,
It's the official 5 Stars podcast with guys that got rainbows in their DNA, Barry Ferguson and Ian Durrant. They're on the cusp of a double header against their biggest rival Celtic, and it's been a great way to build up to these particular games. As ever, stealth competition's part of the plan. Get on their website, you could be very, very lucky for a very nominal fee. But we have precedent in this double header with Celtic. Go back to 2004. League Cup quarter-final and the league match, not 7 days apart, but 10 days apart. We won 2-0 and 2-1. I think Nacho scored, Perso scored. I think Celtic had 2 players sent off in the League Cup quarter-final tie from memory. It's a long time ago, But this vintage in that dressing room, have they got the cojones?
They'll need to.
Aye. Listen, just take the words out of my mouth. I think this is the acid test for them. There's a big test, and I think they'll know that. I think the manager knows that. I think staff will know it, and I think the players know it. Look, they've done brilliantly to get to this position. Now I'm looking at these final 10 games, and it's starting on Sunday. This is a business end. Dante says this is squeaky bum time. This is where you need to really stand up to your mettle and go and show that, listen, we're here to win this title.
10 to go in. We have to address the away form.
Yep.
But now it's time. They can be heroes, and they want it.
Well, this is now, these games, this is where heroes are made in. Now, the manager will know. The manager will take great heart from now the last Old Firm game. We got absolutely pummeled the first half. You're fearing the worst. Then all of a sudden, what we said at half time, a wee bit of jigging here and there, and they came out the second half and they were absolutely sensational. Same again. And there was a lot of inexperience in the first half. And now, obviously, that somebody's took the game with the scruff of the neck, and we just looked a totally different team. Now, our team, okay, what happened the first half? We just played with a lot of freedom, and we on Celtic. Celtic are going to be missing now. Obviously, Trusty sent off, so that's a big. They'll get a tough game against Stuttgart. Now that doesn't really matter this time because you're just playing games anyway. And so Rangers have got a free week, focus, hopefully clean bill of health, and then they'll know, because they'll know now the last 3 games, away games, now where we could have been or where we should have been. Sorry. So that's a big game, but the worrying thing, don't get caught up in it. Now play the game. Now yes, be aggressive, be in the front foot, but don't let the game. And Walter Smith used to say all the time, don't let the game go by you. Don't let the game go by you. Be a team, stick together, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Let's see who's ringing you picking.
They should also look to the fact, as I think 4 months ago, where we were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Yep.
Do not let this go.
100%.
That's
Let's get to the cutting chase.
I've been actually thinking about it since last Sunday.
Yeah.
I would stick with the same back four.
Assuming everyone's fit.
I'd go with Tav, Suits, Fernandez and Romans, obviously Jack in goals.
Yeah.
Our middle 3 would probably be Tricawani, Raskin, and I'd bring Diamondi back in.
Yep.
I think now he keeps the ball well for us. I think he'd be disappointed he wouldn't have been involved at the weekend there. But I'm up front. I would go in Adiri.
Yep.
If fit. I thought now again he come on and showed a bit. Mikey Moore, and I'm a wee bit undecided in the final bit of the jigsaw. Do we try and go creative now? I don't think the game suited Olsen on Sunday. Didn't do particularly well. Berjami, as I said, came on and made a difference, but let's go with another solid one and try and create that now, obviously Celtic. But so I'm still undecided just for that final bit of the jigsaw.
Do you need to use 80% perhaps in your thought process?
Don't know if the manager will go into up front. I think now, if one now, he'll and he's probably start. I think he'll stay in the game. Don't be going all guns blazing, but I wouldn't be disappointed if we went to up front, because I think if you're going to play these 2 up front, they could cause Celtic problems. But in the mindset, I think there's always got to be a bit of solidity about us. So I'm still a wee bit undecided. But they just need to go out. They need to go and perform. And as I say, this game's made for heroes.
Well, I mean,
And this is a game of, now she might have turned out a hero now at Parkhead the last time. Before that, now we weren't really too sure of him, but he certainly turned up, and he's been doing well since then. So it might be a game for him to do at home.
absolutely. Barry used very similar.
I'd go Greeks in goals, Alan Hutt right back, people on the left.
No, I'd go you be captain.
Oh, I've had tough him playing just now.
Jack in goals. I agree with Durrant at back 4. I would go a midfield 3, flat 3. I'd go Nico, Chukwani and Deal. I'd go Mikey M in front. I'd go the 2 big boys up top. Both of them.
That's the one I picked for myself today in the shower. Honestly.
Let Mikey just roam about.
Yeah.
The 2 big physical boys. You've got 3 midfielders. You've got Nico and Dio who can go and take off and support, and big Chukwani just sit in there.
Yeah.
Just go for them.
The last time we used to chase the game again, we did it against Hearts, we did it against Celtic on their own patch, we did it Sunday past at Livingston. Let's reverse that. Let's get in front. Then if he wants to make changes to keep the intensity and keep the passion within the game, Cassana off the bench appears to be when he's missed.
Yeah, I think he's a real impact. Yeah, Gassama. Listen, I thought he was really good against Hearts. I mean, he set up Czernetti's goal for his hat-trick. I just feel the team that I mentioned there is a team that can go and really grip the game in the scruff of the neck, and I think that's what you need to do in Old Firm games. And they've got a real physical presence there. We've also got a mixture of people who have been involved in their fixtures. And as I said, I just think going 2 up top, I just liked it against Hearts. I just thought we looked, it just looked as if we felt comfortable. I do like the fact that we can be flexible. So see if that formation's not working, you can flip it a wee bit.
Yeah, you can put Ian Mindy fella forward.
Yeah, they can put Mikey at the right, and they can put Czernetty to the left, and just leave Nadiri up front, and they can go to the 3 in the middle. But I just like the fact is that we're at home, we need to really go for it and put a marker down. That's what we need to do. And I think we've got a brilliant opportunity to do that against a Celtic team, in my opinion, watching them, are really struggling now.
Big news we've made out, surely.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
You never especially an Old Firm game, never underestimate a wounded animal. And now the Old Firm game is so unpredictable. Now you could be so far in front and playing so well, and then all of a sudden now you're turned over. I've played in a couple of away games, and it's horrible. Because now when you are so far in front and you're so dominant, and then you lose a goal. So don't be complacent. I think the manager will have a big job along with his coaches. And a wee Stevie Smith now, he'll play a wee integral part now. He's fairly experienced, but your Butlins, your Souters, your Tavs, your Nikos, now they need this is where they need to stand up and earn their call in terms of now, as Barry said, well, a few players that make their debuts or Old Firm debuts. They're similar Celtic as well. And so don't get caught up in the atmosphere. Don't be now losing it through not doing your job right. It's a physical game, so if you need to be physical, win your battles and go and win the game.
Aye. Individually win your battles, collectively, whatever way the manager's going to go, you make sure you do what you're told. And I'm a big believer, I agree with you, you always respect your opposition, no matter if it's your fiercest rivals, because they have got good players. Yep, they're going through a tough time, but as you said, respect them, but you can lay a marker down. That's the way I'd be thinking about it. You can really go and say, listen, we're now arrived, we're in the business end of the season, we're going for this title.
Anthony Mew, of course, is an experienced campaigner there, so
he knows the game inside out. Again, he's I was just disappointed that Celtic actually brought him back, if I've been honest with you, because he knows his way around about football. He understands what these games, he's been involved in so many, he understands it. So look, they'll come with a game plan, but again, it's not about focusing on Celtic. We need to focus on ourselves and make sure we find a way to win.
it's like B tours for a minute or two. Let's talk Norwell. They're so quietly effective, so easy on the eye, the way they go about their business with the ball. 5-0 against St Mirren's a demolition. Are they contenders as well?
I think they're in it, and I think they'll have a big say in the title. They win their game in hand.
Yeah,
they got up to 53 points. I mean, it's mad that we're saying about Motherwell, and that's me not being disrespectful, but the job that manager's done and the way that they go about their business, they're a joy to watch, Motherwell. I've now watched them live a couple of times at Ibrox against us, where I thought the first 20 minutes, I've not seen a team come and dominate so much. Yeah. And then I thought the game a couple of weeks ago at Fir Park, we started, great goal for Nico, then they were excellent. So
it's so effective.
Yeah, not just that, just effective all over the pitch, and the boy Maspanisi up top's a real handful. But in my opinion, there's 14 going for this, and there's going to be twists and turns, and I think it's going to get right down to the wire.
Another conceded less goals than anyone else in the top flight this season.
Yeah, they've got a big experience from the beginning at the back, and he's got them playing a system. And the one thing about Motherwell, look as though they're enjoying ourselves. That's hard to beat that. See, when you get that sort of mentality and you're enjoying everything, then you just can't wait for the next game, and it's coming. But if Barry's spot on, there'll be twists and turns all over the place. When you look at the games coming up, and everybody's something to play each other, and so whoever wants it the most, as we keep saying now, if you really want it, now that's take advantage when you get a chance.
Yeah, I've had a quick look at how things might pan out after the break, when we've already played Motherwell twice on their pitch, so highly likely we're going to be there again, but we're going to be 3 times on our travels.
Yeah, definitely going to get Celtic Hearts.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if we get Hibs away. And I think it's going to be Hibs away.
Who really is immune to
Because
the points itself.
we played Fall Cup and Mud, didn't it?
Yep. Well, it's all to play for, but it starts Saturday against Celtic.
That's what you focus on that game. We win that game. Now the cup will come now. The cup can go anyway. Now there's cup ties, but you certainly put a marker down if you win the league game. And I don't see why not. Now we've got good enough players. They've shown they can beat Celtic. Barry's spot on. Give Celtic utmost respect. But they're coming to Ibrox. They're coming to the Ibrox. So make sure we make it tough for them. If they're going to come and beat us, they better play really well.
Got a big weekend ahead. We've got the legend that is Brian Laudrup over with 5 stars for a couple of events, including at Hamilton on Saturday night with Torre and Flo. And of course, they'll probably be attending the match on Saturday as well. How special was Laudrup, though, eh? How special was Brian Laudrup? He was all right.
It was the ball was glued to his feet, wasn't it? He was just elegant.
It's a great temper, yeah.
Big boy as well. I mean, it was great for me watching all these guys after we finished training. I've said this plenty. I used to just grab a ball, sit in it, and just watch them train. They were. It was an education watching the guys. Not just Laudrup, Durrant, Gaza, McCall, Ferguson, Goff. I can go on. That was great for me as a young kid, just seeing how they approached training. They approached training the way you would want to approach a game. And that's what I always say to players. That's the way you've got to train, the way you want to play on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever you play.
Well, the current incumbents of the Rangers shirts this week could find themselves being mentioned not quite in the same breath as these legends you've run off there moments ago, but to win the title they'll be revered, Ian.
Of course it will be. And it's now we've had a wee taste. The last taste was under Mr. Gerrard's, and it wanted more. It's when you start winning things in Barrow-Tay, now it becomes now infectious. You want more and you want more, and now I don't see why not. We can put a marker down the league, and then we'll get the cup. Now we could walk away with a double this year if the players really want it, and it's there for them to take it. Exactly. Now we know it's in front of us. We know it's going to be hard, but listen, you're playing with the Glasgow Rangers. It's our DNA winning, and that's so. Starts now, at the weekend, then it carries on till the end of the season. Then we'll have a nice piece summer and come back and do it again.
Absolutely. You mentioned Mark Munoz. Dario looks a very focused young manager. And I think he himself put his hands up and said he's made mistakes. And it would be something wrong if he didn't make some mistakes when he runs in such a huge club as Rangers. But how well prepared is he then for these fixtures that are coming up at, as Ian says, squeaky bum time, business end of the season?
Yeah, listen, you're always going to make mistakes. You can't be perfect. And what I like about him is he owns up to them.
Yeah.
He's very honest and straight. And yes, I'll go back to 4 months ago. He came in, look at where he's brought us to. He'll respect the 10 games that we've got. He'll understand what we need to do. We just need to make sure we win. Virtually 10 games to go. We win 10. Who's the champion?
Yeah.
So that's
man's Bill, I'll be saying the same, I guess.
Of course, and with a great insight, in the manager invited along his cover.
Yes, I was back. I went
Invited us up to obviously the training centre. And he's great insight, and see him how he works. He's a very intense man. He eats, sleeps football. He's very focused, and he says, but I think he knows what he's got in the dressing room now. And I think now that we keep talking about the word trust, and I think he can trust him now. But it was good, and it was very nice. Somebody invited us up, and we had a lovely plate of soup. Soup was lovely, and watching them training. Now he's here to go about their business. And
it was good to watch him train as well. It was quite intense for an hour.
Cold right enough.
Seven games. It
was
Viva Calla, Keatley, John Brown, the two of you, and Jukebox Juggy 6.
Don't worry, Jukey sneaked in for.
But it's good to get up, and it's good to be about the place. Not just the chat with the manager and the staff. It's good to see the players. They all come on, didn't they?
Yeah, I love them.
And then seeing all the again, it's not just about the manager and the staff and the players. It's the people and the dressing
staff and things.
They're so important. I'm talking about kitchen staff and
right.
receptionists, the security boys. It's brilliant to see them on. I just felt it was a bubbly atmosphere. It was good, felt good. That's the way it needs to be.
David Larry and that as well.
Aye.
Unfortunately, but the kit man was about, so we couldn't get any gear. So the task is we try to lock the door, so the kit, but he came out the door.
Was the one. Did you notice anything about the training that was specifically different, perhaps, to your own times players?
Just when the two coaches, and Danny was at the side, but the two coaches, they're very much in the middle of a training, and they're now obviously because now you know what it's like when you're training now. The coaches are in the middle now, but they seem to have got this sort of structure to their training. It was quite strange because we were taught, but they do a couple of runs, but we'd have done about 10 of them, right? Because now we're like, we're sitting only 2 runs, and but that's obviously they do a lot of stuff. They do their stuff in the gym before they come out. Obviously, then it's straight into their warm up. The warm up, and then the keepers there, they come in, and then you'll come in, and just if it's all structured. That was good.
Yeah, that's how, I don't want to take the words out of my mouth, but watching it was very structured. It's clear the way he wants to play, because there was 2 separate groups out away, and it was enjoyable to watch. And listen, he doesn't need to let us come in there, but it's good to go in and see. And listen, we're showing our support to the boys as well. So
you can see you can see now the set piece by the boys spends about 20 minutes for them.
Aye.
And it's now
So Brian said it's good.
20 minutes for 2 different groups, and they buy the set piece, and they buy the work at it, and you can see now the bonuses we're getting from the goals we're scoring from set pieces and etc. Now you're thinking, but bang, he's bang on it.
You said they weren't received by the players. Did any of them ask you questions about your own careers?
No, it was no, I don't really. Just come over and introduce themselves, but they're a good bunch of boys. It's nice to come over and I mean, how you doing, Blad? That's the thing, that it looks as though he's got a right good camaraderie about the squad, and now it's easy now just to say, who's that over there? But they come over and they all shake hands with it. But it was nice. It's a nice touch.
No, it's good to see them. Obviously, I was close to quite a few last season, but obviously don't know the new boys. I bumped into them, to be fair, round about Ibrox and match days, but they were just coming on. It was nice. They felt it was a good thing that we come up, and I liked it. It was a good atmosphere, bubbly. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, it was almost
Just a wee bit disappointed if I hate us, but the fajitas were unreal. I love it. Do you know what? I forgot how good the food was. The chefs up there are brilliant, man. Aye, it was very good to get back.
I love that he's still there.
But he usually comes in
again.
And he stays there for hours.
Comes in Caroline and out the budget chef. Honestly, fajitas. If you watch it, superb.
Terrific. I do remember the day John Boone signed for Rangers from Dundee. I think I've probably said it before. And I went to meet him as he was coming out, and he went, "Damn, you'll not believe it. What a place this is." He says, chicken, steak, salads, all the grub you can ever imagine. See me up the road at Dens Park at Dundee. We should get our own mince.
Stove, innit?
That was about it.
And not with the old stovies and mince.
Well, you know the Barry Ferguson menu. We're in hospitality, didn't you?
Cheesy beanos and mince and tatties.
Been about £3 grand.
Making noise and listen, can I just say dessert? Ringos.
Magnum.
Monster with tail Ringos. No, but it been done well.
Did? Yes, with
A lot of them are, come on, man, we're in hospitality. And I says, wait till you try it.
Yeah.
And the feedback was brilliant.
And there's another great initiative from Margaret
Head up
where a legend early to pick the lunch menu.
Wait, see it.
Next day. Yeah. Plenty of tenants, I suspect, along the way. Worst thing, a gala tenants.
The doner kebab pizza on there, you know.
Slabs good. So the alternative Rangers alphabet, but why? And I had to think, what is a good why? And I've come up with Yanks.
Yes.
As a yes, not that one. Yanks, who have played for Rangers over the years. I've actually made a list. I got 10.
Oh, you get 10?
I got 10.
There's a few, aye.
So
Marino, he was special.
and there's one. Yep.
But Bedoya.
Bedia.
Oh.
What's his name again?
Bedoya.
Oh, Negra.
Canegra. Wee Peanut Hood.
Doing, of course.
The
Marcus B. I mean, he's that with that.
5.
And then you had
The boy was in Oh, he played centre midfield, centre half.
Oh yes. Toaster.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
What about the one he converted the penalty? Never scored the goal, never took a penalty in his life, and to get against Celtic at Hampden.
What's his name again?
Gideon.
Got you.
Is it that one?
Aye, dear.
That was Mark Warburton signed him, wasn't he? He had the great ability, that wee boy.
Came from Arsenal. I
Yes, aye, yeah, he'd
think he's played at Holland, would he?
is he? He's only a kid when he came as well, wasn't he?
Stepped up and just slaughtered the penalty.
And just had to run and says, "Oh, I get wet right enough," but he was a good player.
There's another three.
Goalkeeper.
No. One who was ball of a payment after he got a transfer was here fairly recently. Big athletic player.
Aye, we call him Tillman.
Aye,
Good.
he,
was the fan.
he's at Leverkusen now.
Is he?
Aye.
I thought he was still at PSV.
One that I'm surprised we haven't covered off yet. Scored in an Old Firm game as well.
What year?
The Walter signing. So probably around about 210, like that.
No, I do.
I saw it.
We said that.
Did you? I missed that. What I said to you.
Before we peanut he won.
I think I must be thinking about something else then.
I use a player.
Another midfielder.
Philadelphia boy.
Very good player.
That you've gone now because when you've.
And broke the floor. Hindman.
Oh, so it was.
Outfielder.
Yeah,
And then the last one would probably be James Sands.
James Sands.
just
It's not long ago, was he? 3-4 years ago? James Sands.
It's hard to imagine actually. For,
I say he should do it right now.
I tell you what, the first one that I mentioned there, Claude Arena. Wow.
Yeah.
What a football player he
both I didn't know from that was yesterday. It was,
Do you know what,
Player.
Tom? He could play any. He was a central midfielder, but he could play in the right. He played right back for a lengthy time. Just what a player Claudio was.
there was even suggestions his son could join us at Rangers.
He's
They lost him.
he's a good player. Don't think he gets much game time.
No.
Aye, he has been. I've seen that because Bellingham's brother's been struggling as well at Dortmund, and I was talking maybe one or even the two of them, wouldn't they? At one point.
Just before we finish, last point on Mikey Moore. We've had him for a season. We see he's got gallons of talent. There's no doubt about that talent. And the application for an 18-year-old, he seems to have a real desire to get it right. If the opportunity came to get him for another season next season, would he have him?
Oh, without doubt, without doubt. I think he's come up here a boy and turned into a man. I think he's the one player in the Rangers team that's a difference maker. I think he's got a brilliant attitude. You can see physically he's maturing as well. And look, if he's not going to get much game time at Tottenham, I think Rangers has been good for him, but also it'll be good for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Just give him this for another year. I'm sure Darren Rowe would snap your hands off to get him. And what also I like, I seen a wee bit in Sunday at the game, that wee bit of like nastiness.
And he's a man.
Wasn't happy. They went out for a throw in. Livingston were trying to waste a bit of time, and he had that bit of aggression. But I like him. I think he's come on leaps and bounds, and I would love to see him in a Rangers jersey next season.
A new contract to Ian for Benjamin Suter to replace him with a cost up on Union.
And again, he didn't have his best of games at weekend there, but again, pleasing now. He's settled now. Hopefully, he settles down. Now that's him. Get back in and get his true bit of form. But Mikey Moore all day. And as I said to you a couple of weeks ago, the other problem for me is the way Tottenham are playing just now. So if Mikey keeps producing the way he's producing, I think Tottenham will want him back. But I think I'm along with Barry. I think it'd be great. Another great for Mikey Moore in terms of his development as a player. Now, because I can't see Tottenham really playing in Europe next year, but where they are in the league just now. So for Rangers now, obviously, if we go and do things and win something, there's a chance of playing in Europe, and I think that'll enhance Mikey Moore and it'll also give him that big experience. It's no use playing, say, 40 games for Rangers, and then getting back and be a bit at Tottenham. He's going to lose another year. He's far better playing.
He's got a terrific platform.
Of course he has.
Next couple of games.
Bob?
Yeah.
4 points relegation.
That's not what he wants to be playing. He's football out of that.
Also, because now you can have the greatest stadium in the world, but it's not a good environment to play with now, unless the team's performing. I watched them against Arsenal. I thought Arsenal absolutely demolished them. So, but that's what I'm just saying. Maybe Mikey. I know he'll have ideas, but for me and him going further forward, it wouldn't be a bad thing between the Rangers.
He's a key player for Rangers.
Yeah. Match winner.
Aye, he's a key player, and you've got to take it. It must be hard. 17, he come up here. First time he's left home. He's come up here himself, and it's good for his development that as well. And he's been brilliant for Rangers over the last 3 months, and hopefully that continues into the last 10 games of the season.
And the league. We met now, obviously we're up seeing the team training. He said, if I want to be a boy bear, he has a bit. That was it.
Yep, you can do.
Oh, of course.
Well, let's hope it delivers in the next couple of all-family events. It's been an absolute pleasure as ever today to bring you the 5 Stars podcast in conjunction with Stealth Competitions. A lot to unpack next week when we do it all again. Let's hope we get a big smile on our face and we're looking for another victory over our biggest rivals. Thanks for joining us today. Bring it on.
Right guys, this week we have got another exciting competition for you. It is to win a round of golf with myself and the legend that is Barry Ferguson. It is only £5 to play.
Head over to the site and get your tickets.